الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
الحمد لله ثم الحمد لله الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا الدين العظيم كالشمس وضحاها وأعزنا وأكرمنا وشرفنا بسنة نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم كالقمر إذا تلاها من يطع الله والرسول عاش في ضوء النهار إذا جلاها ومن أعرض عن الله والرسول عاش في ظلمة الليل إذا غشاها وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا رسول الله خير الخلق والبشر من اتصلت عينه بنظر وسمعت أذنه بخبر عباد الله أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله وأحثكم إياي على طاعته واستفتحوا الذي هو خير. Sometimes we might be in a position, may Allah save us from being in the position of oppressing someone,
Amen.
misjudging him, mistreating him because of what his family is from what his religion is, from what his background religion is, what his color is. It's a very dangerous position to be in, where we misjudge someone, mistreat him, where we tell him something that breaks his feelings. That is like a zulm, because we're making fun of what Allah chose that he was. Did she choose to be from that place, from that whatever color? May Allah not make us from the zalimeen. Allah said in the Hadith Qudsi, Ya ibadi, O you who believe, O you who worship me. The word is from the Prophet ﷺ. The meaning is from Allah to us Muslims. Ya ibadi. Yes, O Allah. Inni haramtu dhulm. I have made oppressing, I have made misjudgment, mistreatment, haram. Inni haramtu dhulma ala nafsi. Allah is saying about himself, I will never mistreat anyone. Everyone on the day of Qiyamah is treated fairly. Even if they did not worship Allah, they will be treated fairly. Allah sent them the messenger, Allah sent them whatever proof. Allah will treat everyone on the day of Qiyamah fairly. Even in this dunya, Allah is treating everyone fairly. He created everyone, He's still sending them the rizq, the air, whatever they need to stay alive, treating everyone fairly. إني حرمت الظلم على نفسي وجعلته بينكم محرما فلا تظالموا. And I have made mistreating, misjudgment among you haram. We cannot, as a Muslim, mistreat someone, misjudge him, because it's haram. It's easy to say, but can we practice it? It happens. Guess how? Sometimes a father or a business owner, he will treat sometimes the relatives different than the other ones, then different than the non-relatives. That's not fair. Sometimes a family will treat, let's say the son, he marries a non-Muslim woman. The father-in-law or the mother-in-law now treats the daughter-in-law, that his son, that their own son married differently. Just because she's a non-Muslim, just because she's non-Arab, just because she's not from the same tribe, not from the same country that we're from, we treat her differently. That's not fair. هذا ظلم. I've seen it. Like there's some gatherings, just because she's from a different country or different from the gathering, they treat her differently. They look at her, they look down at her, like she's the son's wife. In Islamic law, she becomes like the daughter. She becomes the hukm exactly like the daughter, except the inheritance. So everything else is the same. Where she doesn't, for example, she doesn't have to wear the hijab. Everything becomes like the own daughter. Anyone that we bring to the family through marriage becomes exactly hukm like the daughter or the son-in-law, daughter-in-law, same thing. How do we treat them? Do we make zulm? How do we treat, for example, if we see a person that doesn't worship Allah, how do we treat him? We as a Muslim, we treat everybody fairly. We cannot take their rights. We cannot take what doesn't belong to us from them just because they're not Muslims. It's haram. There's in time in school, I remember there was one boy. He was a Muslim. He borrowed something from a non-Muslim. Look what his excuse was. He didn't want to give it back to him. Kafir, راح يروح على جهنم. Still, it's haram, it's not ours. It doesn't belong to us. This is the deen. And another hadith Qudsi. أنا الملك أنا الديان. Allah is saying this. أنا الملك أنا الديان. I'm the king. I'm the recompenser. لا ينبغي لأحد من أهل الجنة أن يدخل الجنة وواحد من أهل النار يطالبه بمظلمة. No one shall enter Jannah if someone from the people of the fire from Ahl al-Nar, like the person of Jannah, owes him something. So what does that mean? That he's not going to enter Jannah. That's not his. لا ينبغي لأحد من أهل الجنة أن يدخل الجنة وفي مظلمة واحدة من أهل النار يطالبه بمظلمة. That the person, he will not enter Jannah if someone from people of fire owes him something. That the person from people of Jannah owes the person that's to the people of the fire something. May Allah save us. May Allah not put us in this position. And Nazlim, to accuse. There's one story mentioned in the Quran Kareem. Allah revealed 4 verses about the story. How one Sahabi, he mistreated someone. Zalam insan. His name is Ubayrak al-Ansari. Allah said, إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ بِالْحَقِّ. The words, if we read the meaning, Allah is telling the Prophet ﷺ, we have revealed the Quran to you, because it's 5 words assuring. إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ بِالْحَقِّ لِتَحْكُمَ بَيْنَ النَّاسِ. Allah could have said, وَحْكُمْ بَيْنَ النَّاسِ, but He said, إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ بِالْحَقِّ لِتَحْكُمَ بَيْنَ النَّاسِ. We have surely revealed the book of Allah to judge among the people with the truth. وَلَا تَكُنْ لِلْخَائِنِينَ خَصِيمًا. Do not defend those that betray the trust. Do not defend the criminals. Allah is saying this to the Prophet. So what's the story? Allah is saying this to the Prophet. And what's the next verse? Astaghfirullah. Make istighfar. Ask for forgiveness. Astaghfirullah. Inna Allah kana ghafuran rahima. Allah will forgive. وَلَا تُجَادِلْ عَنِ الَّذِينَ يَخْتَانُونَ أَنفُسَهُم. Do not defend those the criminals. Do not defend those that made the mistake. Do not defend them. Allah is telling this to the Prophet. What happened? I want to continue the verses, then I'll go to the story. وَلَا تُجَادِلْ عَنِ الَّذِينَ يَخْتَانُونَ أَنفُسَهُم. Do not defend those criminals. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ مَنْ كَانَ خَوَّانًا أَثِيمًا. Allah does not like those that betray the trust. Because they acted like they were Muslims, but they betrayed it. They acted like they're good Muslims, but they betrayed the trust. يَسْتَخْفُونَ مِنَ النَّاسِ وَيَسْتَخْفُونَ مِنَ Allah. They're trying to hide behind their iman. They're trying to hide behind their Islamic faith. Allah does not allow to misjudge someone, to mistreat someone, and act like we're Muslims. We're betraying the trust. We're betraying the Quran. So what is the story? Ubayriq, he was an Ansari. Jummah ibn Ubayriq, that's his full name. We all know what Ansar did. They helped the Muhajirin. Like we see in the news the last 10 years, how so many Muhajirin fleeing for their lives from Syria, Afghanistan, Iraq. They go to the neighboring countries, to Europe. They're fleeing for their lives. They're fleeing to stay alive. So the Ansar is similar, like taking care of them, open their house for them, help them with whatever they can. This is the value of the Ansar. But Ubayriq, when he saw a dagger belonging to Qatada, dagger or a sword, whatever the weapon is, he liked it. Ajibtu. He wanted it. Because it's at that time, very rare to have a nice sword, a nice dagger, whatever weapon it was. So he took it from Qatada without him noticing, and he hid it inside the sack of grain to hide it, and he wanted to go back home. So he wanted to go back home. Right before he arrived at his house, just like any criminal, or like anyone that's doing something wrong, that took something, he looked back, because he had put the dagger or the sword inside the sack of grain, so he accidentally poked the bag. So from the place that he took it all the way to his house, there's a mark now. Now Qatada, the owner of the sword, is gonna come after him. Is gonna follow him home. I'm an Ansari, I'm a Sahabi, and now I'm gonna be accused of stealing? No. إِذْ يُبَيِّتُونَ مَا لَا يَرْضَى مِنَ الْقَوْلِ. Allah revealed this, the story that happened. What should I do? Now they're gonna call me Harami. Now I'm going to call the thief. See, this is what the Sahabi started to say. Ubayriq started to say to himself, what should I do? How can I defend myself? It's easy to a Muslim if we do something wrong. Apologize. Give him back the item. Ask for forgiveness. No, because I want to keep my image clean. I want to keep people thinking that I'm a good man. I want to keep people thinking that I'm the highest iman. This is like the same thing that we all do. We want our image to always look the best, even if it has to be accusing somebody else. So what is he going to do with this sword that he stole? They're going to follow him. Qatada is probably looking for it right now. He's going to follow the trace that happened back to where he lives. His neighbor is Yehudi. His neighbor is Jewish. His neighbor didn't believe in Rasulullah. His neighbor is a kafir. See, all this like Allah does not want us to judge someone from what he believes. It's between him and Allah. We give him the message. If he chooses not to believe, it's his choice. It's not us to tell him that he's going to Jahannam or to accuse him wrong, falsely. So Ubayriq said, he's a Yehudi. He's an easy target. There's already some hatred between the Jews and the Prophet. So let's accuse him. Let's blame the Yehudi. Knocked on his door. He says, neighbor, can I leave this sword with you? Can I leave this dagger with you? And I'll get it in a few days, or whatever the excuse was. Leave it with you and I'll come back for it later. So he took it. Now Qatada comes looking for his sword. He follows the trace to Ubayriq's house. You have my sword. You're harami, you're a thief. No, it's the Jewish. Come, and I'll show you. Wallahi, it's the Jewish. He's getting ready to accuse somebody falsely. He's getting ready to accuse an innocent person. Islam is always with the truth. Islam is always with the haqq. Inna anzalna ilayka kitaba bil haqq. Allah put the justice above everyone, no matter who you are, no matter who we are. Allah is the just. He will judge us on the day of Qiyamah between us. Between us and Allah is separate, individual. Between us and Him will be secretly. But between us for what we've done to others, it might be publicly. So he accused him falsely that he took the sword, the Jewish man. No. Then the story happened where the Jewish, no, I didn't take it, he gave it to me. No, you have it. And the big story happened. He called on the other Jews to come and help him, that he's being accused wrong, by false. I didn't steal it. I didn't take it. No, you have it. You're the one who took it. So then Rasulullah comes. He has to judge. He's the leader of Medina. And now imagine the position of the Prophet. You have the Ansar, all of the Ansar that supported the Prophet. They supported him. Coming up, the Jews took it because they got affected from Ubaydah's words. He's the one who has it. And the owner also saw that it's with the Jewish guy. And then the Jews denying it. It's not us. This stressful position, every one of us will probably stand with the Muslim against the non-Muslim. It's natural. It's a human nature that we will stand with our tribe, with our family, with our relatives, and it happens all the time. I know Ibn Ammi, I'm against my cousin, for example, if we argue, but if there's someone outsider, I will stand with my cousin no matter what. But this is ghalat, this is wrong. To stand against someone, even just because of the tribe, just because of the religion. As a Muslim, we stand with the truth. As a Muslim, we stand with the haqq. Whoever is wrong, we stand against him. We tell him. So now the Prophet ﷺ is getting affected. The Muslims are telling him the Jews stole it. And he probably thought that Jibreel is not going to come down. That's why he was about to accuse the Jewish. But then Allah, from Sab'a Samawat, from the sky, revealed these verses to make the innocent, to reveal who's the innocent. إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ بِالْحَقِّ إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ بِالْحَقِّ لِتَحْكُمَ بَيْنَ النَّاسِ بِمَا أَرَاكَ اللَّهُ وَلَا تَكُنْ لِلْخَائِنِينَ خَصِيمًا. We have revealed these books, the verses, with truth, never changes. See, a liar will change his words every time, but Allah will never change his word. He's always with the truth. And do not defend those criminals. إِذْ يُبَيِّتُونَ مَا لَا يَرْضَى مِنَ الْقَوْلِ وَهُوَ مَعَهُمْ. Allah is saying that that he plotted to accuse someone, and he's with them. Allah is with us every minute. Does any one of us, when we're alone, break the fast in Ramadan? No. Because we were scared that we don't want to lose the day of fasting. Same thing as a Muslim. When he's alone, he will never break the trust of Allah. That's what Ramadan teaches us. That's what a Muslim is. That's why every year we fast, so that it refreshes in our mind that we will never break the trust. A Muslim is always on the truth, on al-haq. Even if nobody's seeing us, we will never accuse somebody just to make ourselves clean. يَسْتَخْفُونَ مِنَ النَّاسِ. They're hiding from the people. وَلَا يَسْتَخْفُونَ مِنَ اللَّهِ. And they're not shy from Allah. And they're not trying to hide their mistakes from Allah. Where are we going to hide? Where can a zalim, where can a criminal hide from Allah? There's nowhere. Wherever we go, Allah will catch us. Whatever we do, Allah is watching us. يستخفون من الناس ولا يستخفون من الله ومعهم إذ يبيتون ما لا يرضى من القول وكان الله بما يعملون محيطا. And Allah knows everything that they have done with every single moment, everything from the A to Z. May Allah have mercy on us. May Allah forgive us. I hope we never misjudged anyone. I hope we never mistreated anyone. I hope we never accused anyone. If we have done, at least we have to say apology in this dunya before the akhirah. Because we don't want to be punished on the day of Qiyamah. We don't want to be in that position on the day of Qiyamah where Allah is revealing what we have done to get the person that's innocent become that he's the innocent on the day of Qiyamah, because everything will be revealed. May Allah save us. May Allah have mercy on us. أقول هذا القول واستغفر الله العظيم لي ولكم. الحمد لله ثم الحمد لله إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. One beautiful hadith that the Prophet ﷺ mentioned. إنما أنا بشر. I I'm a human being. The Prophet ﷺ is saying, I'm a human being. إِنَّمَا أَنَا بَشَرٌ وَإِنَّكُمْ تَخْتَصِمُونَ إِلَيْهِ. That you come and argue in front of me. وَلَعَلَّ بَعْضَكُمْ أَنْ يَكُونَ أَلْحَنَ بِحُجَّتِهِ مِنْ بَعْضٍ. And perhaps some of you have a better way of explaining, of defending, of accusing, of showing. Like when we want to hire the attorney, we usually use a strong attorney because he knows how to talk, he knows how to defend. Even sometimes some criminals are defended by good attorneys. It's wrong. A good attorney will sometimes defend a real criminal, a real killer, because of his money. But Allah told us no. If he's wrong, Allah told us we cannot. وَلَعَلَّ بَعْضَكُمْ يَكُونَ أَلْحَنَ بِحُجَّتِهِ مِنْ بَعْضٍ فَأَقْضِي لَهُ بِنَحْوِ مَا أَسْمَعُ. So then I will judge according to what I hear. The Prophet is saying, I will judge according to what I hear. Not every single thing there was a wahy. فَمَنْ قَضَيْتِ لَهُ بِحَقِّ أَخِيهِ. And whoever I judge, taking the right of his brother, of the person that he's accusing, if I judge against him because of what he explained to me, the Prophet is saying this. Because of what you explained to me, I will judge against him, and it's not his haqq, it was not the haqq of that person, but because he had the strong way of explanation, his tone of voice, the way that they talk. Sometimes a person is weak, he doesn't know how to defend himself. Sometimes a person becomes his tongue tied, he doesn't know how to talk. He doesn't know how to defend. I mean, he's the one who did the wrong. The person who's accusing and yelling and raising his voice, he's the one who's right. That's what happens. فَمَنْ قَضَيْتِ لَهُ بِحَقِّ أَخِيهِ فَإِنَّمَا أَقْطَعُ لَهُ قَطْعَةً مِنَ النَّارِ. Whoever I've judged against the other side, if it was wrong, I have judged a piece of Jahannam for him, for the person that used his ability to take the other person's right. Be careful from what we listen to both sides. It's important that we listen to both sides. That's why Allah said in the Quran, إِذَا جَاءَكُمْ فَاسِقٌ بِنَبَإٍ فَتَبَيَّنُوا. If someone tells us something, listen to the other side. Allah is reminding us. We follow the emotions sometimes. We hear to one side. Do we hear the other side? It's not fair. We have to listen to both sides. Many stories happen, many divorces happen because we listened to one side and we didn't listen to the other side. It's not fair. We have to listen to both sides. And we rush to send a WhatsApp video. Did you see? Or we rush to spread the news. Did we listen to the other side? As a Muslim, we have to listen to both sides. Or we become unfair. We judge people unfairly. As a Muslim, we listen to both sides. That's a reminder from Allah. So may Allah keep us good Muslims. May Allah keep us on the straight path. May Allah keep us our children on the straight path. And just one last reminder, sometimes, like the parents, they stand with their children. Even if their children's wrong, they still stand with them. No, it's not fair. That's not how to raise the children. My son, you did something wrong. You have to apologize. But some parents, no, my son is always right because it's my family. Because it's my side. Because I don't want nobody to talk about my family. But that's not how to raise. Then what happens, a child as he grows up, he always thinks he's right no matter what. He will never apologize. He will always do whatever comes in his brain. So may Allah help us raise our children correctly. May Allah help us raise the children on al-haq, on the truth. What Allah told us to do. Ya Rabbi Ya Arhamar Rahimin, Ya Akram al-Akramin, Nas'aluka ridaka wal jannah, wa ma qarraba ila al-jannah min qawlin aw fi'lin aw amal. نعوذ بك من النار ومن حر النار ومن زقوم النار وما قرب إلى النار من قول أو فعل أو عمل. اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك يا مولانا سميع قريب مجيب للدعوات. اللهم هذا حالنا لا يخفى عليك وهذا ضعفنا وتقصيرنا بين يديك فعاملنا اللهم بالإحسان والفضل والجود منك وإليك. اللهم ارحمنا فوق الأرض، اللهم ارحمنا تحت الأرض، اللهم ارحمنا يوم العرض يوم لا ينفع مال ولا بنون إلا أتاك بقلب سليم. اللهم حبب إلينا الإيمان وزينه في قلوبنا وكره إلينا الكفر والفسوق والعصيان واجعلنا من الراشدين واجعلنا من المتقين واجعلنا من الصالحين والمصلحين. Oh Allah, keep us on the straight path. Oh Allah, forgive our sins. Oh Allah, raise our children as good Muslims يا رب العالمين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. عباد الله اتقوا الله إن الله يأمركم بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. أقيموا الصلاة.